HarperCollins and HarperAudio present Typewriter Beach, a novel, by Meg Waite Clayton. Performed by Gilli Messer. For my fellow gems, Jen Belt-Duchenne, Ellie Tonkin, and Cheryl Cohen-Solomon, who carried me through this one. In memory of my dad, Donald Leo Waite, and Eva Downs Waite, the grandmother for whom I'm named but never knew. And as always, for Mac. Hollywood is a place where they'll pay you $1,000 for a kiss and 50 cents for your soul. I know, because I turned down the first offer often enough and held out for the 50 cents. Marilyn Monroe, from My Story. To hurt innocent people whom I knew many years ago in order to save myself is to me inhuman and indecent and dishonorable. I cannot and will not cut my conscience to fit this year's fashions. Screenwriter Lillian Hellman, in a May 19, 1952 letter to the Un-American Activities Committee of the U.S. House of Representatives. Part 1. February 1957. Her hair. That was the first thing they changed, even before they changed her name. Before her first screen test, and months before Hedda Hopper wrote that bit in her gossip column about her being 16 and innocent, and yet somehow elegant. They dyed her Hitchcock blonde, Grace Kelly in Rear Window blonde, a cool shade that was the elegant part of 16, and not really her. She wasn't 16 either, and no real girl could be as innocent as they meant her to be both on-screen and off. But with Grace Kelly newly married to the Prince of Monaco, all of Hollywood was scrambling for the new Grace. By February of 1957, Isabella Giori herself was in the running. She was 10 months into a standard 7-year studio contract, under which every role she read for was the same girl, no matter how different the men she might play opposite. Rock Hudson, Cary Grant, Tab Hunter. The male leads were surly but soft-hearted boxers, or cool-headed, expensively suited executives, or rough and tumble but quirky, brilliant journalists, while Iz was forever that same 16 and innocent and elegant, without a stitch of complexity or brains. Her first movie wouldn't even be released until May, and she wasn't the female lead in it. She was just the little sister. But now she was walking into the Universal Studios lobby where Alfred Hitchcock himself was there to greet her. Hitchcock was just a smidge taller than her 5'6", his long face exaggerated by his 200-plus-pound baldness, by his perfectly tailored suit, by the way he lifted his chin just so and looked at her slightly slantwise as he silently took her measure. But his eyes were bright, intelligent, mischievous. "Miss Giori," he said. She was there to audition for his new movie based on the French novel From Among the Dead, with Jimmy Stewart playing the lead, a part she was keen to get. Hitchcock's women were never simple-minded ingenues. They were smart daredevils taking down uncle murderers, or undercover agents infiltrating the Nazis, or for this new film, a cunning trickster who was two women at the same time, not exactly evil, but not exactly not. It was a role that would open the way for Iz to play far more complex characters than the studio had in mind for her, if only she could get it. Rumor had it that Hitchcock sent 24 American Beauty roses to Vera Miles's dressing room every morning, that he was in love with her, even though she was married to Tarzan star Gordon Scott, and that after using 3 different actresses in his latest films, Doris Day, Shirley MacLaine, and Miles, it was Miles he would choose to be his new Grace. But surely he wouldn't be auditioning Iz if he'd already made his choice. Hitchcock called the elevator, saying in that deliberate way of his, "I don't trust stairs. They're always up to something." And when she genuinely laughed, a sucker for a good pun, or even a bad one, he stood observing her, his fingertips together in front of his many chins, not smiling, but exuding
Sample complete. Ready to continue?